Welcome to Life of Giants, everyone, where we have weird experiences because generationally, all of my family have been very short. And Kyle, has normal size stuff. And we were talking about it earlier. And we're going to share more about that. But also, it is the final hockey game tonight. That's exciting.
Yeah.
Have you been watching the hockey?
Well, I did. Let's say I stopped watching when they were down 3-0, and then things like I'm not an Edmonton fan. I'm a Canada fan. I would like the cup coming out to Canada.
Absolutely.
And Edmonton seems like a very neutral place, except for the Calgary fans. Like, they have dynasty, right? Like, there's nothing else to do there. Like,
what's up, Serge?
So but I have kind of been watching. I don't really like sit down and watch a whole hockey game all the time. I kind of check in and whatnot, and it's been good. Like, I'm happy with Edmonton, and I did say that after 3 games, usually a team, game 4, it's like it probably goes the other way.
Yeah,
and it's like those are the people I'm like. Because Gretzky and all them, like everybody had like a playoff run before they really chimed in.
Yeah.
And I thought this might have been it. And I said that I'm like, all they can do right now is prove that next year they're going to be they're going to be the shit or a contender, right? And then they came out in game 4 and won, which they lots of teams do. It's like a final push, and then 5 will be the end of it. But like they kept going, so it's like they started, and it's like good for them. And but I got a lot of backlash for that because I predicted what usually happens, like because the internet is stupid.
Also true. Well, see, this is the thing too, and Serge, you can feel free to chime in on this. Is that a lot of the times, like people don't realize that playoffs are for nothing but glory. There is no paycheck unless you win. Like that's not.
They do get a paycheck.
No, it's not included. They get bonuses if they do stuff.
No, but like the first round, there's like it's not like what they usually get paid. There's a prize pool, and for every round of the playoff, they get like a certain amount of pay.
If they win.
Right? No, but like they get paid if they lose too. It's just they get paid more because they're in the next round. Like it's.
I might be wrong.
I learned it. I learned it recently because I was wondering, and I wanted to make a joke about like the Leafs and Phil Kessel back in the day about how he won't play overtime because he doesn't get paid for overtime. Like he doesn't get time and a half or some shit, even though they get $500 million.
Unemployment fund. No, but that's So, but like, well, maybe it's changed. Maybe I'm just wrong. I don't know. But I remember it used to be that like, if you had an assist or a goal, you got a bonus, but everything else was not.
Those can be worked into your contract and shit. But you can be like, if I score a dozen goals in the playoffs, I get another $1 million. And like the odds of that happening are actually pretty low. Like they might bet on the $1 million. So like shit like that can be in there. I remember one time Ty Domi, they let him. Like it was all preseason. He needed like 13 goals to get a bonus, and he got like 12 goals in the preseason because in the preseason they'd play him, and he is a good hockey player, but that's not why he's there. You know what I mean? Like there's plenty of other slightly better hockey players. So like if you give him time on the ice, but then his time goes to like a shift or 2 a game, so they don't.
Yeah.
So it's like Rob Ray was a fighter, all he fought. And then my brother-in-law had a friend who like they played street hockey with him. And it's like, he's a goon in the NHL, but his hockey skills are still like well above your average motherfucker. Like
they're still in the NHL.
Right. Yeah, he still has to play hockey. He's just like not why he's there.
It's one of those things where like, I'm hired to do this. That doesn't mean that's my only skill. Right? Like they still are in the NHL. Like you still have to be good. You may be used for something specific, but that's only because, hey, we need someone who's tough as nails. Can you fill that spot? Yes, I can. All right, you're hired. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. like I had a fantasy league for like 1 year, and I had Brandon Proust or Proust, I don't know how they say it, and it's like it's not a player anybody would pick, but it's like every year they would have like that dude would get the most shorthanded goals, which is a very unique skill, and it came in very good in a hockey pool. You know, like it's one of those things that is.
What's a shorthanded goal?
So if your team has a penalty,
yeah,
and you score, so you have
Oh,
four
so
players on the ice, and they have five, and
you eight. So if we have 4 players and I score,
yeah. So
interesting.
you're shorthanded, like you have one less player and scored a goal.
Interesting.
So
that is a unique.
Yeah, because it's rare. Yeah, but it's like most of the like you'd have like 5 a year type thing, like, you know. And this is a player that scores like maybe 20, you know. So he's just like he would be on the penalty killing squad, so that was his thing. But he'd always like he had a way to break out. Like he saw the opportunities more than others, and that was a unique skill. Like he obviously had penalty killing, so he's always in the right place at the right time. Like he had opportunity, but he obviously was better than most. And there was another player that was like 50%, like he was the highest face-off guy, and sometimes, dude, that's worth $1 million. You know, like
it's there's certain skills that are, you know, come in handy. Serge, I haven't eaten in 24 hours. I'm gonna eat tomorrow, but I'm trying a new thing where basically I'm gonna have like 4 or 5 meals per week. That's it. And I am actively working out, so Sweet tortilla. What was the funny thing?
Fucking delicious.
Does sound delicious.
The funny thing is, I was like, do you know we have to do the show at 7 because I want to watch. I don't want to interfere with the hockey game at 8. And I look and I'm just like, oh yeah, we just fuck up the time all the time. And now I'm like, oh, that's when the show was supposed to be.
Yeah,
it's like that's good
because I keep on screwing it up.
Yeah, but like I don't even know when it is. Coles, I was an hour early once because it's actually at 8:30. I thought it was at 7:30. I'm just like, oh, okay.
That's awesome.
I'll see you in an hour.
I mean, yeah,
it just keeps fucking moving all the time, and I don't know things.
Yeah, no, it's a thing though. Is you try and figure out how to operate on that schedule, and that's why like it is easier when it's all at the same time. Or if it's a consistent time each week and someone like me doesn't fuck it up.
Yeah. But I feel like your other shows have like moved a bit. And like your Sunday is never consistent.
No. And I really hate that. I don't think I would like doing it on Sunday.
No, it's a terrible day to do that. And and it should be renamed and just relaunch it in a better day and time.
I don't want to read off. I don't, because this thing is we have the email, we have the thing.
Okay. You're like, oh, we have a graphic that looks like it just letters on top of each other.
Yeah, I did it. It's called
hours making that.
It's called art. Okay.
That and the Nike swoosh, both.
I mostly eat 1 meal and a snack per day. So yeah. There's Victoria coined the phrase SMOMAD. It's OMAD and a snack. SMOMAD. I love it. Because, well, what are you eating right now, Kyle?
I'm fairly carnivorous. I'm doing the carnivore diet, and like I've been using sauces, a little too much barbecue sauce sometimes, but like mostly on brand. Although I did break it pretty hard doing when I had my surgery, and then so it's been harder since because I really want ice cream.
Oh yeah, I got Victoria got me in trouble because I kept on going and buying ice cream.
Yeah, like we did it. I specifically asked for it, not Dino's fault, and he brought
100% my fault.
And then we had a milkshake. That one was his fault. And then I bought ice cream. Plus, I had a few slices of cake in there because,
Yeah.
well, I kept not getting the one I really wanted, and then by the time I've had it now, and it's just like fuck, man. It's just
Was it okay? But was it as fulfilling as it had now built up to be, or no?
definitely not. No,
No, isn't that
definitely,
frustrating?
definitely not worth 3 pieces of cake.
So
achieve disappointment. Fuck, it's like my
okay,
dating life.
this horrible. But this is the thing: is that I will. Okay, maybe you experience this as well as a bottomless pit. I will have a hunger for whatever XYZ potato chips, let's say, and I will eat a million different things, but until I get potato chips, I will not stop being hungry.
Yeah, like it's like you get so fixated on that, and
Yeah.
but like, and then sometimes it's mostly like, what can I have that will convince me that I'm like good, like
Yeah.
convince me that that thing is that urge is fulfilled. Like, yeah, like the other day, like I really just wanted to eat something else, and then I'm just like, fuck, I'll make meatballs now, and I get to have barbecue sauce, right? Like that's my cheat kind of thing.
Yeah.
But like, yeah,
well, what kind of barbecue sauce is? Are you making your own? Or are you? What are you doing?
no, it's like store bought fucking bold, whatever the fuck it is.
Oh, so it's just sugar ass motherfucking
Kind of,
barbecue sauce.
yeah. But like, I try to limit it. The other day, I didn't.
Yeah, I get it.
And then, like when I make my carnivore pizza, I don't make a cream sauce. I use tomato sauce. I'm like, I'm sure I'll survive. Like, it's like how. It's like I'm a vegetarian, not a vegan. Like I'm this.
I have a question. If you don't want to make a cream sauce, why not use like a
Alfredo.
creamy cheese, like a brie on top of it?
Ugh, I don't want brie. I don't have brie money, dude. Some of my favorite shit. I feel like I'm like, am I welfare? Because I love mozzarella. Like,
No, mozzarella. Hey, do you want to try? Something happened today. No. We had talked about this. The how to a guide on how to restart civilization. A book.
Don't think we talked about.
You and I had this conversation, and I was like, "Hey, it was a book, and it's like instructions on like how to do all sorts of shit, like how to make a refrigerator, how to do like how to fucking Neanderthal shit."
Okay.
So, do you remember that?
No.
Why?
Because this conversation happened with you and somebody else.
Who am I going to talk to? Even when I talk to other people, you talk to me.
No, but that's just funny. I don't care. I like meat. I think it's fucking funny.
What's ranch pizza? Tell me, sir.
Well, instead of sauce, you use ranch, but that's such an American thing. Like ranch is their fucking like ketchup, dude. Like it's fucked up.
So
their chocolate is not sweet. Like I don't, but their ketchup has double the sugar. Like I don't. They're fucked, man. Like I don't.
It's backwards, right? Yeah. You know what? So I used to work. I helped open Montana's restaurant, and I fucking loved it. It was such a fun time, and like honestly, I look back and I'm like, I would love to be a waiter again. So much fun. But one of the things that they had was they had their own spicy ranch. And I'm like 99% sure it was just like some hot sauce, some barbecue sauce, and ranch. But it was so good. Like, bro, I would drink that shit. Like, I definitely I had lost that was the first time I ever lost weight. So like that contributed like to me gaining the weight back eventually, no question. But like I was thin enough to be a waiter, and I was like, da, 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 da. So.
No, I've had I do like white sauce pizza. Like I like creams. Like I made a pizza with the garlic sauce. I like the pizza garlic sauce.
Oh yeah.
Like you can get it on, like you can order it that way, and like so I've concocted a few things, and like the Alfredo pizza is pretty awesome. And
yeah.
So like I just don't want to like go out of my way. Like I can have. The red sauce comes in a bottle. Like I'm not baking more. You have no idea what I'm putting into like making this crust as it is. It's made out of chicken.
Hey, if and whoever's watching, if you guys have an idea of things you want us to try, like just like weird food concoctions, we will happily try that together. Because I'll go to Kyle's place, we'll make it and do it like a hammered and cheese expose kind of thing, like a double. It'll be a weird double episode or something. We'll do Life of Giants does hammered and cheese.
Before we start promising shit.
I will bring the food. Don't worry.
What weird concoctions? I don't know. I'm not eating some things.
no, for carnivore diet and stuff like that.
Okay,
Because like I mean like meals that ended up being surprisingly good, right? Because and look, like I don't want see everything that I've been learning, Kyle, has shown me that a good balanced diet, if you know, is the best solution. And for me, fasting has helped me realign my caloric intake and you know my insulin resistance and all that kind of stuff. But like it's like one meal a day ish is great for maintaining your size. And then cabbage rolls. Serge, you had said that. You know what? I gotta mention that to Cole because we definitely need to do cabbage rolls soon. That's a good idea.
I kind of do like it depends. I don't know. Like my brain's kind of fucked right now. So I don't know what's going on. So I've kind of been doing like one meal a day, but then I'm like, I don't know, maybe I need to eat more, but I really just push it off. Like most of the time I'll have done like 10K and then like come home and it's like, and I haven't eaten and then it's like 3-4 o'clock before I even eat anything and shit like that.
So, but the problem is like Kyle, you are kind of turning into jerky. That is quite risque. You know what I mean?
No,
I'm just, hey, listen,
I'm
don't get me wrong.
On my beach bod. I'm just fucking a little behind.
No. You're going to look gorgeous. I'm not saying you're not. It's more so that I actually went for a walk as well today, and we ended up walking about 5.5 kilometers.
Nice.
Yeah. I went to that where you and I went to that park by my house.
Yeah.
Victoria came with me, and we did a few laps. We went on the swings. I kind of got scared on the swings. I think I can swing on the swings, but it didn't feel safe.
Well, the swings like put pressure on my hips, and my hips are usually just like fucked afterwards.
Yeah, you're like a greyhound of a person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I backyard wrestled.
Yeah.
And it didn't get less violent from there. So and then I became an actual fighter and CrossFit, and I've used my body, sir. Oh.
Why would you phrase it that way?
Because it's fucking it's seen war.
Comedy. Yeah. No, well, that's true, right?
It's seen battle. It's battle tested.
Yeah. I have to get heavier weights for my exercises.
Yeah.
I'm doing the kind of like as best as I can. Like I'm having trouble with the idea of to failure because I don't like. I don't know. It's a weird concept for me, and I don't like it. But
you need heavier weights for that because you shouldn't be to failure. Isn't supposed to be 100 reps. It's like just go heavier and fucking bust out until you can't.
I did shrugs with 20-pound dumbbells.
Yeah.
And I did 130.
Yeah, see, but like that's a small muscle group. You shouldn't do that to failure or to 130.
Feels so good though. Just
you see, mine. People are freak out about.
Yeah,
I'd have to take off my shirt to really. If you look at the raises of.
Same. Yeah.
So yeah, it's no, because I could really, and then you could just do arm circles for fucking do 1,000 a day. You'll get those in spades.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. I need to. I'm working on my shoulders and arms a lot just because I want. I'll be honest. I want 20-inch arms. That's
I forget what mine are, but
well. That's the thing is you have gargantuan forearms and hands, so it makes it even worse. Because like at least you don't have a gigantic chest like I do, because my arms look tiny in comparison. Like I want 20-inch arms so people can go, oh fuck, those are big arms. You know.
I'm just working on my 6 and 8, but like it's there, but it's like I need really good lighting.
Yeah, but you're like bro, you are like rail thin right now. But
well, it's a lot of it's carnivore. Like I'm losing real weight. Like obviously inflammation and shit, but I'm down like 15.
Yeah.
Like and some of that was probably like bullshit and waste and whatnot. But like
that means you're sitting at what, like 220?
240.
You're at 240 right now.
Yeah, I was like optimistically like I was like 255 when I was really walking around and just eating whatever. But yeah, I'm 240 now. So this is okay. What were you gonna say? And then I have an app thing I was talking about.
I don't feel like you should be doing carnivore and OMAD. Like,
well, most carnivores kind of lead that way, but
yeah.
But like I haven't, like I've just had smaller shit throughout the day instead of a big one, or sometimes like I kind of switch back and forth. No, I was doing this. So there was this app that was like all about walking, and it was just gonna tell me, and it was gonna be like,
yeah.
So it gives you workouts for your goals and shit. And I was just poking around. Obviously, it's been spying on me. And I'm just like, I'm filling this thing out. And it's like, it's so funny. It's like beginner, like less than a mile. Like, what can you handle? And how long? It's like beginner, less than a mile. Intermediate, it was like 1 to 2 miles. Advanced, 2 to, or maybe 3 to 4, maybe 2 to 3. And I'm just like, well, what the fuck am I? Because I was going to be like beginner. And I was just like, what? I only walked 20K.
So have you ever thought of doing like one of those ultra marathons?
Yeah, but I'm not like running. I'm just walking.
I know, but still.
And I've thought about walking the path that the wild chick took.
Well, it's from like which one? The one from Mexico to Alaska?
Yeah, well, yeah, but I would probably just do like US
to Vancouver. Yeah. We could go to Tijuana and then walk away.
Yeah, but
just be like, we're going to Canada. We're walking, and then can you imagine how we would, like? Because so how much? Like, what speed do you walk at? I guess is my question.
Full throttle, dude.
Did you really walk fast?
I walk so fucking fast, and well, I worked in the mall. You get 30 minutes to eat, and you fucking can't run. Like you walk, and yeah, and like no, and then by the end, I get to normal or slow even. Like somebody actually passed me today, which was weird, but like that's me exhausted. Like I'm just like, no, I'm still going is what I'm saying. Like I don't, I keep going, and then
that sounds horrible to me.
Yeah, no, but like if you don't stop.
No, I don't. Well, that's the thing. So I have a hard time with uneven ground. That's because I am still fat, and I'm old, and so it's uneven ground is kind of an issue for me.
Yeah.
So like, and by uneven I mean like wilderness is fine, but like when it's like uphill, downhill, like when there's inclines and declines, it can be a real issue for me.
Well, where I walk. Yeah. It's not that. Well, that's like you've seen the biggest hill, and then all of a sudden it's always at like my end, so it sucks. And you can circumvent that, but there's like going up to the bridge, then down from the bridge, and then doing it back again. But aside from that, it's like it's not really graded. Just the ground is uneven because it's a boardwalk. But
but it is a boardwalk though. Right.
Yeah.
Like it is an area that's set aside for walking. So
Yeah.
Like as long as there is a path, I'm okay. But I'm like,
it's like,
yeah.
and then there's beach, so you don't walk on the beach if you don't want that shit. But like, yeah, no, there's like a path.
Is walking on the beach better for you or worse?
It's more difficult. It's probably better for you if you're trying to be in shape. Like, there's a reason Rocky ran on the beach. Like, it's a bitch, man. Slows you down when the ground is moving out from under you.
I feel like I lived that life just with regular ground, Kyle.
Well, look who's doing your road work, anyways.
I'm considering shaving my beard.
Yeah. Well, you should. You've shaved your head.
Why do you have to be like that?
That was unnecessary.
It's completely unnecessary.
I don't know, but like, I will laugh at you if it looks bad.
I'll just look young. I'll just grow it back.
Like, I'm an important person to consult on this, quite frankly.
Victoria keeps on saying no, but you know what?
Have you considered trimming it to like what? Clean it up.
Nah.
Like, GQ shit.
No, I don't want to do that. I would rather shave it off and start over.
To GQ it and you fuck it up, you can shave it off. That's how that goes too.
Also factual, yeah. I was thinking of shaving my own head just with a like number 2 and just, but yeah, Victoria's like, no, and I'm like, why? I just need a haircut. I don't need to spend money. I just need my hair to look pretty.
But she likes to spend money.
Well, you know what? I told her I wanted her hair longer, and she has not grown out her hair. So, part's on you.
Well,
okay.
Touche.
It is a
weird that I don't know all the goings on between your wife. But my hair is long, dingus. Story checks out. I don't know. Not long enough.
Not as long as it used to be, you liar. Liar, liar. Pants on fire.
Well, she could say that to you too, so.
Yeah. No, but even your hair was a lot longer during Hexwood.
Well, yeah, because I had to cut it eventually. Fuck, it was getting out of control.
If you get it straightened, it'll be a bob length. I don't want a bob length, okay? I want a Victoria length. How about that?
Boob length.
Boob length. Oh, that was bob length. Oh. It's been a long day. I walked for like
she's yelling in the other room.
Boob!
That's funny. Sometimes your interactions make sense to me. Like, it's like, I'm like, they're not like yin and yang. Like, they do belong.
Fucking problems is what that is. I don't want peace. I only want problems.
Well, you're married. Well, being married creates problems. So.
Yeah, but no, it's not all that bad. It can be frustrating, but life is gonna be frustrating either way.
I can attest to that as I sit alone in my room.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about names, and you had some shit that, or was that the thing that you were gonna talk about? Like, you had something you were gonna say. Oh, also, you had to drive home after me. That shenanigans happened.
Oh, shenanigans, man, Kyle, my shoes just are dry now, finally. Okay. So
should I
on when was it? Wednesday?
It was Wednesday evening, Wednesday night. Evening. So it was really like Thursday morning at what, 2 in the morning? It was like 3. It was 3-ish, yeah, by the time we got out. 3 a.m.
I got home at 4:30.
Yeah, it was like 3:40, something like that, or it was Okay.
So
okay, we were both going to a job.
Yeah,
and we were on the way to work.
Yeah,
Dino's car was like, "Hey, you know what would be cool? The wipers should be on all the time."
All the time.
So they were just on, And there was no, like, I tried, he tried, they weren't coming off. Something's
Yeah.
like broken, but like, whatever, got to go where we're
So
going.
that they are now working. Just so it was a motor that just it wasn't turning off. That was
But
all.
then on the way home, it was raining cats and dogs, like
Like,
pissing. So it was okay
yeah,
that the wipers were broken that way. Like shit, man. The opposite
yeah.
would have been horse shit. So,
Oh, yeah, no, we would have had to stay in Hamilton. There's
so we
no
were both
way.
a little tired driving home, whatever. So kind of dangerous. Anyways,
Yeah.
he drops me off, and then I don't know
Okay.
what happens because Dino
So,
leaves, and
okay. So, if you guys remember, in the winter time, Kyle getting on to going for a date in very horrible weather, made a turn and his car basically exploded. Okay.
a lot
Now,
less dramatic than that.
so mildly less
I
dramatic.
got in it
Not,
and drove like fucking 10 miles and then realized that my wheel isn't attached, but like whatever.
yeah, that's fine. And it was just a trail of parts across the city. Now, that being said, that didn't happen to me, but it did happen to somebody else. So where that entry to the highway is, there is kind of like a pool area
Yeah.
with torrential downpour. There's a lot of garbage that collects in that area, so the drainage gets immediately blocked. So there was a significant amount of water, and when I mean significant, I mean like if you ride the outside of that turn,
Yeah.
you will still have to slow down, or you're gonna get a like a big
Yeah.
fin. Now, but that's if you're on the outside. There, it's the joining of two. So, a young kid in BMW fucking nailed the puddle, and I mean, hey, over 6 inches of water at least. Okay, and he's like, "Can you help me?" And I'm like, "Fuck you!" He's like, "Please," and I'm like, "No!" I'm like, "Damn it!" I'm like, "All right." I'm like, turn. I put my car in park, and I walk over. I'm like, "Hey, what's going on?" He's like, I came around the corner and the car stopped. I go, "Did you hit the puddle fast?" He goes, "I hit it really fast." I'm like, "Oh," I'm like, "All right."
Like bumper at least, like this is a car accident now.
Well, no, this is like he may have put water in his engine. He may have not, right? It may just be like he may just have to run it through. But I'm like, okay, listen. I go, if you push it out of the water, you just got to give it some time to drink, kind of, and then give it a try, see what happens. He goes, my dad's gonna fucking kill me, and I was like, fuck this poor kid, because he's fucked, right? Like
Yeah.
that car, there's gonna be a problem, okay?
Okay, but that being said, it's just like we didn't do that shit, like
I no 100%, but it was like so it was probably an M3, which is $50,000-$60,000 car, and it probably was his dad's M3. I don't
yeah,
think it
well,
was
definitely
so.
with his dad's M3.
Well, so that's the thing is like my dad bought me a car, and I got like a brand new car.
Okay, well, you're
So,
a bitch.
but I don't think this. I think he was like just before he got his own car. Like he was probably 17, maybe 18. Like just like the danger zone, right?
Okay,
Where
so-
you're too stupid to do shit. So
Right.
I walk over to the car. I'm trying to stay out of the water, and he's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "All right, all right." I go, "Car won't turn over. Car won't turn over." Okay. All right. You gotta unlock the doors. I'll help you push. And at this point, I try it, and I'm trying to stay out of the water, but there's no way. So I step in, and I'm like, I'm wearing shoes that Victoria bought me, and I'm like my entire ankle is underwater, and I'm like, fuck. And I'm like, I'm so angry at this point, but I'm like, you know what? Like, I've been in a situation like this where you're like, I don't know what to do, and I just need help. Like, I need somebody to not be an asshole right now. And sure enough, 5 minutes later, a tow truck pulled over, and was trying, and I was like, I pulled up behind the tow truck. I started honking. I'm like, the fuck out of the road. How about that? He goes, oh, well, I'm trying to help. I'm like, get the fuck out of the road. Fuck you. Right? Because tow truck drivers are not the greatest of people these days. Anyways. So, but like, I just told the kid, I'm like, listen, wait a little bit, see what happens. If it doesn't turn over, call your dad. Your dad will say, okay, I have CAA or whatever. It's fine. It's in the car or something, right? If your dad's like, you're fucked, be like, all right, man. Then you got to figure it out too, right? That now you're gonna learn. Now you're gonna learn a hard lesson. So, but yeah, so my shoes are finally dry. But all of this led to, so this was my first background acting gig.
Yeah.
It's very exciting.
No, it's fun. Like, I've never said that it's like a terrible time. Like, I've had a terrible time, but it's not generally. Generally, it's pretty fun. And like, yeah, sometimes like it can really suck, but it's like there's been torrential downpour like during the shoot that you're in. Okay, but like you got to experience that anyways. But
it was literally, we got on the bus to go back to the hotel where there was like all our bags and stuff like that. And it, boom, the sky just opened and it was torrential downpour like instantly.
It wasn't one of those like I can avoid the drops shit. It was like you're in like 5 seconds you'll be like substantially wet.
Yeah.
So
walking from the
like
actual
from the bus to the
door.
Yeah, like that's like what, 5
to the
feet?
awning. To the awning. So
it's like
5
no, and it's like you'll get
7 feet. Yeah. Like it was, because I think the rain was getting you in. So I'm like, it was 5 feet from the.
And there's also a puddle, so you're just like
huge puddle. That fucking guy, he pulled up right to a fucking puddle, and then you're like, what? You're just far enough to fuck over anyone who's under 5'10".
Yeah, like, well, I got to the side and jumped over, but
yeah, it's
I assume
a little taller than 5'10", a little bit,
a little taller than 5'10".
Yeah. It was fun,
but
there was wildly a lot of ridiculously tall women.
Well, that's what I told you about as something else. Another shoot I had was also, they specifically call very tall women.
Yeah,
I know one that's like she's whatever. She got her 3rd gig on that show or like that series, and she's like now she's judging her dangly long alien limbs, even though. You know, she's a fucking model. Like, you're weird. Of course, you look weird. I look weird. Fuck, man. Whatever, man. But you're like a weird, gorgeous. You know. So like deal. Like,
well, that's the thing is like realistically, everybody has a weird characteristic, right? It's not.
She had. I'm like, dude, you played a graduating high school student the other week. You're like, you're turning 30 this year. Like, you're good. Like,
yeah, like
there's worse things.
Yeah, a lot of people are weird about that kind of stuff, and they're like, "Oh, I don't know," and you're like, "What do you mean you don't know? That's fucking fantastic. I look like I'm 1,000 years old." Yeah,
I've been ID'd since fucking like 16.
ID'd. Oh. I thought somebody did that. I was 36 the last time. He goes, I need to see your ID. I look at him, I'm like, for what? He goes, for the cigarettes. And I'm like, yeah, for what? He goes, well, I have to ID anyone that looks under 25. And I'm like,
you think there's lots of 25?
I'm like, for what? Because, well, you look like you're under 25. I'm like,
you're so annoying though. I would just be like, fine here, like you're stupid. But
yeah, no, I just looked at them. I'm like, I look under 25. Do you need glasses? I'm like, are you okay? He goes, I think you look under 25. I'm like, okay.
I have a buddy who's like, I think he was 30 or something when he got ID'd and he hugged the bouncer.
Bro, I remember I had lost my my license suspended, and I was still driving around because I'm a piece of shit. Now, that being said,
out, I know you.
Yeah. Yeah. But so we went to a club and I had my passport, but I forgot to bring my passport. So I walk up to the fucking bouncer and I'm like, all right, I just realized I forgot my ID. And everyone's like, what the fuck do you mean you forgot your ID? I'm like, I mean, I forgot my ID. And they're like, all right, well, what are we going to do? I'm like, we're just going to fucking go. And sure enough, I walk up to the bouncer. I'm like, I don't have ID. He's like, go ahead. I'm like, cool. That's when I realized I'm like, oh, I'm old. That's it. That's it.
No, but like sometimes that's fine. But like that was just like men. Like, you know, like that was like a courtesy of man. Like you got the respect there, and
Yeah.
but like we're like, let's not fuck around here. We get it.
Yeah, I'm
Go
like,
in.
I don't have my ID. I'm like, I forgot it. You know, what do
No,
you
but I
do?
had people that are like, oh, why don't you try to like? I don't. They're like, because sometimes like I hung out with an older crowd. That's why I'm just like, I think about it today. I'm just like, I'm so much Gen X that I like this whole millennial tag is so bullshit because
Oh,
of
yeah.
this, because I just don't give a fuck. And like my brother and sister, Gen X, like I grew up that way. Like it didn't like you think they all of a sudden there was a switch in millennial. No, not really. So
I think but it comes down to what Cole was saying, how it's like, because he's the oldest, and then all of his siblings are significantly younger than him, right? So he identifies more as Gen Z than he does as millennial.
yeah, but it's like but that's the thing. He should have experienced a little more life in those 10-year gap or whatever. So,
I mean, well, he did because
yeah,
but at the same time, motherfucker got kidnapped. So, wow,
so
damn, yeah. So
it was a good kidnapping, people. It's really a good story. It's worth finding out about.
It's definitely his machine story, but like
he has others.
That's the thing is he's got others, and like he told me the story about when he had to catch a crocodile or alligator or whatever, and I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? He's like, oh, is that one of those stories? I'm like, yeah, bro. That's one of those stories that no one else has experienced.
See, I have some decent ones, but it's just like not like they're so extreme. Like at least the story isn't even as good as just the title you can put on it. Whereas mine will be like Kyle got let go from his job, which seems more normal, and then I'll escalate it to just absurdity. But you know, like
also true.
Yeah. But yeah, okay, we were gonna talk about you were talking about names.
Oh, so
I thought this was because this is funny because I don't know how much people really think about this stuff. And me and you, this is not even going to be our first or probably even second time talking about something like this. So go on with what you're.
So let's
This is
be
the tall
honest.
women.
This is well, okay, it started there. Was that so we took a course the other week, and the teacher, the professor, whatever you want to call him, is like a 65-year-old woman. Okay. And she's like, oh, call me Suzanne. And you're like, cool. I feel weird calling you Suzanne. And I'm like, just because I was always taught to call you, Mr. or Mrs. or Sir. Like that was just how I was raised, right? So it was very peculiar to call people like that. But sure enough, we talked about, like, we actually had name tags the first day, which was very helpful. But like you go on and sometimes like Victoria called a girl the wrong name, like right to her face. It's like, hey, Catherine. And the girl's like, huh? And the girl did not even flinch. And then she corrected herself. And she was really nice to work with. And like we made a few new friends. It was very enjoyable. But after all is said and done, like it's when people have weird names, it becomes a lot more complex, right? So like my real name is Constantine, but I don't go by Constantine. I've never gone by Constantine. I go by Tino. It's always been the case. And like my last name, I acknowledge it being Greek, even though it's one of the shortest Greek last names you'll ever find. Still, people do not pronounce it correctly consistently. So I'm like, yeah, just call me Tino. It's all good, no problem.
Yeah, nobody pronounces my last name correctly either. So
no, and that's the thing is on Generation 10 yesterday we talked with Kelly Zimnekis, and Kelly also has a wild last name.
Yeah,
and it's she's what is she? Latvian.
She's Latvian,
and you're Lithuanian.
Yes, we are brothers.
Both weirdo countries with your fucking names.
Dude, they're very similar. And Lithuania, yeah,
no, that's fine. But like, so that's the thing is, then we're on this show.
We just write down all the gay shit we did, you know. Like we just...
So we're on the show, and I, by accident, am calling this lady whose name is Suzanne. I keep calling her Susan. And so I said it a couple times, no issue. And then she's like, that's not my name. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? And then only later did I realize, she's like, yo, stop fucking calling me that. And I'm like, I don't understand what the problem is. And she's like, that's not my name. I'm like, I'm pretty sure that was your name. I'm like, I don't. She's like, no, my name is Suzanne. And I'm like, oh, I am so sorry. I'm like, I totally feel like a cunt. And I'm like, that is not. I'm like,
okay, her name is Suzanne, and you were calling her
Susan.
Susan.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm like, that is a pet peeve for it's a pet peeve for anyone to be called the wrong
name. And you don't hold the ends long enough.
Yeah. Well, like that's why I'm just like, you know what? That's a fair issue. And she's like, you can call me Sue. And what did you call her?
I called her Susu Studio, and she was
she's like, I'll take it.
Fine with that, and still hated what you said.
Was really angry, and I was like, I am so sorry. I did not realize what the fuck was happening. Also, I'm a bit retarded. And she was like, totally forgiven.
The best part is that I called her. I only found out her name was Sue then, but I asked her what her friend's name was, so it was covert, and I knew Lori's name, and I'm like, fuck, I don't remember her name, and then you didn't really at that time either, and it was unhelpful. So it's funny because I've talked to her a few times since, actually, Sue.
I also asked Sue, I'm like, hey, I'm sorry, what was your friend's name again? Lori. Okay, great. And Lori's 6'1", which is wild. And so me and her were about the same height. She might have been a little bit taller because she was in heels. And I'm like, I'm 6'2", 6'3", I don't know, something like that. Because I was still wearing running shoes. I didn't have, I would have wore dress shoes, but I don't have cowboy boots because I'm not a cowboy. I'm a man.
All right. Well,
whatever that means.
Cared anyways.
No, nobody looked at my feet. It was great. People looked at my face though. That was wild.
Yeah, that'll happen. Run into a beautiful actress that you didn't realize was. She was like 2 feet tall, which I was like, wow, which is crazy because she seemed like one of the taller women on shows, and I'm just like, wow. So,
yeah. But then you realize that no, she's just with very short men.
Yeah, all them, the short kings, I guess. Well, they do have a better career than me, so because they're on shows with her, and I'm on background shows with her. I mean, we are not the same.
And the guy in the show, he was fit. He was walking around in a wife beater. I was like, nice tits. Nice. I was thinking about, so I saw a guy running with his shirt off. People are doing that right now, which I'm like, number one, gay. Number two, was like,
I've been walking with my shirt off.
Yeah.
Trying to get tan, so fuck you.
Super gay. Anyways, so the point is this.
Sit on the beach and get a tan, so also gay.
That it is uber gay.
Or right? I could just live in a basement and be pale as fuck,
That's right.
The only sun he's got is the glare from the TV, the show.
100%. Yeah, I'm a daywalker. No, so the whole thing was where the fuck was I? We were talking about
people walking with their shirt off is apparently
People walking the street
is
is
a problem for you.
super gay. But I was like, hey, he had a good body, so I was like, hey, nice tits. And the guy, and he was like, the fuck? And I'm like, nice tits. And I was like, I feel like men should compliment men that way more often.
I walk by. No,
100%.
So they're super gay, but you're making it gay.
I'm demanding it's gay. Okay, sir. Oh.
That's the Greek in you.
Yeah.
Demanding it's gay.
I think men should be more comfortable complimenting their
Okay, dude, I want to not even be on
testicles.
this topic. But
I'm gonna walk around with your shirt off, Kyle. We're gonna make comments about your testicles, okay?
No, but there's like a gym there too. There's a bunch of dudes without shirts on. Like it's a beach.
There is a reason it is called a gymnasterio, the gymnasium, because the people were naked. You know this?
Okay. Anyway, talking to you is becoming painful. No.
By the way, I have a problem with social media. There's a
we're just having the most random shit today. Anyways,
no, that's fine. That's fine. That's the aftermath of drugs. Anyways, there's a GIF I like to send out to people, and it is a woman who is standing beside a bunch of words, and it says super, super duper gay. And she goes, super, super duper gay. And just gives you that like super, super, super duper duper gay.
You know what this feels like? Every time that somebody's explained a meme.
But it keeps on disappearing. So I can't, when you do a search for super duper gay, it doesn't come up. And I'm like, you know what? That's offensive. That's offensive. That's offensive.
They've banned your favorite meme or GIF. Sorry.
Yeah. And I'm like, that's offensive.
That's a first world problem, my friend.
That is definitely a first world problem, but still, it's offensive.
So I managed to get to the doctor today, which was nice. And I drove my neighbor's car with my neighbor, and
they rescheduled.
Yeah, for 3:00 today, and it was funny. She called me. She's like, "I called to reschedule you," and then she's like, "Are you available Monday at 3?" She's like, "I'll book you on the Monday at 3, and we'll see if." Like, it was so dumb. Apparently, no, but I get there and the office is completely empty, and he's like, "Dude, I was so rammed this morning," and then like 4 people didn't show up or shit, and I'm just like, "Oh, because I was originally going to take 2 hours to get there, and then whatever, and then 2 hours back."
Yeah,
and that's just if everything went well, and I guess it would have, but luckily I saved a whole lot of my day by not having to do that, because my neighbor, who's kind of like a grandma to me, it really helped me out, and she pushed the subject. So thanks, Serge. Bye.
See you later, buddy. Have a good one. I'm jealous of your chicken, and we'll definitely talk about cabbage.
You want to know what I was gonna do?
Tell me.
I had this whole grand plan of like, I'm already in Brampton and shit. I was gonna grab a McKay's pizza and then taunt you with it.
Why are you so evil, huh?
But like, it was more about I really wanted the McKay pizza. So
yeah.
Taunting you was just extra flavor on top.
So tomorrow,
sole purpose.
So tomorrow, I do have a funeral thing to go to.
Yeah.
But you definitely. But I'm gonna be trying to. So I'm trying to do like one big meal, 36 hours, like a day and a half.
Yeah.
Then another big meal.
Yeah.
And then like so I'm basically having like 4 meals per week. 4 to 6 meals. I'm playing around with the idea. But at the same time that I'm walking and I'm working out and stuff. So we'll see. But that being said, the whole idea is that maybe we can go and do something one day and go eat an entire pizza.
Like McKay or like
yeah.
Or are you talking about Montana's? Like, I don't know. We have all these food aspirations.
Oh, yes. That's the other thing is there's all you can eat ribs. That's dangerous.
Yeah.
I'm excited though. Are we gonna do it? Do you want to do it? Do you want to live stream? You want to see if we can live stream it?
I gotta have to like, I don't know, rob somebody, but yeah, sure.
You're bigger than them. It'll be fine. Just make sure they don't have a gun. You'll be okay.
Well, it's Canada, so probably not. But apparently they're running around with knives, and that guy was out on bail. Anyways,
Scary.
Yeah. And he gets the smallest knife. I'm just like, I would have laughed in his face and beat the fuck out of him. But you know, I'm like, you even approach me, like, dude, you would die. Like, fuck you. Like, it's on. So.
Oh yeah. No, that's
well, it's gonna be hard to talk to your lawyer when you have no teeth and can't speak the language. So maybe I thought about shit.
Well, like that's the thing is with the size of my hands, I'm like, yeah, I'll smack your entire jaw off of your face. Not that's fine.
Like I want to kind of do power slap, but I don't really want to get hit. I don't know, and it's not really like talent. So but
no,
like, fuck, I'll hurt you.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's no It's I'm like, bro. There's no like I've knocked people out with a smack more than once. It's not. So I'm like,
I'm not surprised.
Yeah. So I'm like, and now actually the funny thing is, so my hands are getting a little more padded, but I'm also like losing weight from my hands and stuff like that. So it's kind of a weird, soft, callousy type of weird
like
thickness.
Well, you know what's funny is this. So my fight, it went horrible. Anyways, I've never watched it. You might have. I don't know, but like I was just like I was scared to shoot a lot and like to take my shot. But then one time I just fucking threw and like hit him twice. And like, so I pretty much hit him in the face twice the entire thing. But he hit me a million times. But like I fucking, but like I'm pretty sure he left with a black eye. Like I hit him twice. And he had like I had a picture with him after. He had black under his eye, which is hilarious because like I looked undamaged more or less. But like, because I don't bruise, but like I had like, you know, there's a space of like vascular swelling or whatever. It's like before a concussion, like it's like, and I got there. So yeah, like, but never knocked down or anything.
That's good.
Yeah. So
no, and it's fucking, it's hard, right? It's not
like, but like I'm like with power, like slapping. Yeah, like I can, you know, I hit hard and I'm oddly accurate with stuff. Because I know, like, just because it's like it's not something I've worked on, or like somebody like it's just something that's a natural thing. I don't know why. You're
not an enthusiast. You're just a hobbyist.
Well, I don't assume things just come easy, and that just did. Like, and I'm not gonna treat it as if otherwise, because there's other things I worked hard for, other things I worked hard and didn't even achieve. So, like, whatever.
Just so people understand, you know, when you tap something like a bag of soil and you're like, that's nice and tough, or something like that, or you would hit the back of a trunk of somebody's car. If Kyle does that, it usually ends up with a exploded bag of soil and or a dent in your car.
Oh my god, dude, you have no idea. One time.
Yes, I do, because it happens to me.
Oh, this woman, like, what? Okay, she did something rude to Tammy, whatever. And then she was getting into her car, and we were walking by the back of her car, and I just went wham as hard as I could. And I'm pretty sure she had like a little fin, and I'm not sure I broke it, but I may have. And because I was just like, fuck it, I'm sick of this. It was very ignorant and unnecessary, and like, fuck you. So I just said, fuck. It just like, it wasn't like, I'm sure I could have gone harder, but like with just arm, it was as hard as I probably was going to go. And my hand, like, I hit the thing, I felt like give, and it was fucking loud. She was scared, and I was worried the whole time while in Walmart that I was going to get like arrested when I left. But I made sure to not look her back and stuff. But I was still like very tall and white, which was, so I was super minority. And so if she had called the cops, which never happened, I went home. So like we got out. But
this is the thing.
I have a plausible deniability, but you know.
is I have stopped my car in traffic, got out, walked over to a car, leaned over, knocked on the window.
Uh,
I said, "Are you okay?" And they're like, "Yeah, yeah, all right. You need to calm down." They're like, "Yeah, yeah, I'll calm down." I'm like, cool. If I have to get on my car again, I'm gonna break your mirror. And they're like, "What?" And I'm like, "I'm gonna take this and rip it off."
I just saw that happen in Toronto. Like,
I'm
there's
like,
a
"It's
video.
not. Yeah, it's not." I'm like, "Yeah, it's just gonna. I'm just gonna." And I just start to just grab it, and they're like, "Please don't." I'm like, "Well, then please don't." Okay, cool,
Somebody,
awesome.
dude, somebody was like cut me off, and I got out of my car and like just missed the like, and then I there was a chase ensued a bit, but like I eventually
Yeah,
gave up because I had a female passenger that wouldn't shut the fuck up. So,
it sounds about right.
in that sense, it's kept me alive a few times. But and other people, like that guy, because I gave up on chasing him, and
Yeah. Wow.
but, yeah,
It's
that was one of my chances to murder, and I just, I missed it.
I mean, you gotta hit while the iron's hot. Anyways, go watch the Stanley Cup, everyone, and enjoy. And we'll be back next week to talk about more shenanigans, maybe about messing up people's names. But yeah, definitely something
Well,
will happen.
well, I thought about the importance of like learning people's names and the
Also
respect
true.
behind it. I thought we were talking more about that, other than you just being a dick
Well, okay, so
or
also
autistic.
true, but my question is this:
I
is it
don't
not reasonable? So, some one guy had Mushmouth and he had a weird name, and I'm like, "Hey, man, what are you gonna have? You can't have a weird name. Like
and not
that's
be able
not."
to say it yourself. Yeah,
And yeah, that you're an asshole,
yeah.
right? And he kept on kind of. I was like, "Can you spell it for me?" He did. And I was like, "Okay." I go,
Like,
"Sorry, I
you were
want to
saying
make."
Steve this whole fucking time.
I mean,
Yeah.
but I'm like, I really, that's one of the things where I'm just like, I hate messing up people's names, but at the same time, don't be ridiculous with your fucking name. That's
Well,
rude.
I hate whatever. There's a lot of stories. We've actually talked about this before, but no, I'm just like learning people's names, but like also I hate it since we're on. Yeah, I'm just like, and when I say like what or can you say that again? I mean louder, not like the
Yeah.
exact same fucking mumbled bullshit you said the
But
first time.
you have to remind people, be like, I can't hear, so it's important that you speak louder. And then I'm like, oh, sorry, because I will talk quietly because I try and make sure people don't try and murder me. So
I scare the peasants. Anyways,
yeah,
we can
well,
go and like whatever. But,
yeah, I definitely actually need to go to the bathroom. I'm about to pee my pants. So,
we want that
uh,
again.
if you know what,
This has been Life of Giants. You can find Dino in the bathroom or Dino the Genetic Marvel all over the internet.
yeah,
You can not find me at the Extreme Moderates, but I don't care because you guys don't want to find me anyways. Until next time, when we talk about who knows what random shit about being tall, and we didn't even talk about beds and
no,
no, all the shit we planned, but we did talk about fucking other stuff. Any final words?
no. Just have a great night, everybody. Enjoy the Stanley Cup.
Go Edmonton.
Bye.